Wow. For the longest time, I thought I was recording and I had it on camera. Smart. So what we're going to be doing today on Here and No Winning is we're going to make an attempt, hear what I'm saying, make an attempt to put the engine back in the blue STI. So I bought some stuff or ordered some stuff to assemble this. What I managed to do off camera, because we had a little bit of a trouble, is we did the drive shaft you might have seen in a previous video. I put the CV shafts back on, I put the rotors back on, the calipers back on, the wheels back on. The last thing that I have left is to get the clutch back onto the engine and then mount the clutch fork with a bearing onto the transmission and then drop it in. And that would be my attempt for today's video. Because so far there's been no grass cutting, there's been no birds chirping, there's been no phone calls today. So today I should be able to get it done. So let me turn the camera around to show you what I've been doing. All right, as you can see, the new bell housing is already in. CV shaft is in. CV shaft shield, wow, is in. Same thing on the other side. It's already been placed back on. We got the wheels back on this side. We got the wheels back on this side. What we have here is the engine with the hoist ready to go. All we gotta do is basically mount it up. And then after that, we have some boxes to open up over here to figure out if there's anything in these boxes that I need so we can start moving forward. And then, yeah, so that's it. Let me set up the camera so we can record. I remember this being a lot easier, but I think I had like help, like 2 or 3 people helping. Okay, I got my clutch here, pressure plate here, alignment tool on my hand. I'll tell you right here, transmission side, so that's the way it'll go. Put the wheel, alignment tool here. Jason's Deli trying to get me to go buy food. Okay, get the pressure plate over that. Clutch is still in there. Just gotta put the bolts. I think it's like a 11 foot-pounds, so I'm not gonna put them too tight. What's left is clutch fork, the pin, the bearing over there. So I'm gonna go situate that, and then we'll start raising this up so we can try to get it in the car today. Here we go, on camera, release bearing. Woo! Brand new. Oh yeah, smooth. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lube up that shaft. I'm gonna run it through there. I'm gonna put the plug on there. I'm just gonna lube it up a little bit, some grease. I don't ever want to do this ever again, if you know what I mean. All right, I got it in there, but what I didn't do is I didn't show you because I don't want you to see my whole crack come out.
Okay, what happened, Ralph?
I'm sitting here thinking about life. My swivel here, after we spent, what, like 2 hours trying to get the engine back in the car? Look at that. It just, the swivel completely broke off. Look at that.
That's funny.
Look at that.
Wow. Perfect.
This thing had only one job to do.
Oh, the pin. It just came out.
Yeah, but it came out at the worst time.
Wow. That's kind of funny.
Typical no winning. I'm ready. Just want to get this over with so I can take a shower. I've been rolling around in Max's hair and gear oil and you name it. Whatever's been here, coolant, oil. Yeah. I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready. Alrighty, so new day for me, same day for you. I've managed to get the engine already back into the car. Struggled a lot. I don't know if you saw. I didn't record a lot because by the time I realized that I must have been on this for a couple hours, maybe 2 or 3, until I got some help from the video editor here to get the engine to be wiggled into the right position. There's like a specific angle, and one of these days we're gonna figure out what that angle is, so we never have to struggle again. But what we're gonna be working on today is we're gonna try to wrap up putting all the things back onto this engine, which includes like the AC, the power steering, the alternator, probably the starter, and all the bell housing bolts that go around to the pitch stop mount. And then we'll probably cut it there, and then maybe one more day for like the radiator, the intake, and then I guess the belts, and then maybe we can get it off the jacks, and then yeah, start moving on with this, because it's been about a year. I think next month's about a year. So I'm just gonna set up the camera. I'm just gonna be working underneath it and just get working on it. So I'll give you updates as I start finishing things along. There might be short updates because it's kind of hard to get the camera in here, especially when you're doing this by yourself. So I will update you as much as I can. All right, so let me give you a little update. I didn't do any of this on camera. It's for a reason, because I struggled for, so it's about almost 2 o'clock, 2:30, it's almost 5 o'clock. Some of these bell housing bolts were just not having it. The case also didn't want to close, or didn't want to get near, the bell housing didn't want to get near the block. So I figured something out and it worked. Put the starter back on. I put the pitch stop mount back on. There's 4 short bolts, 2 long bolts, and 2 nuts all around the bell housing. 2 nuts go on the bottom, and then there's 4 short bolts that go 2 and 2 like that. And then the 2 top ones, one of them's on the starter, are the really long bolts. But let me flip the camera around. Let me show you where I'm at. As you can tell, I'm out of breath. Let me flip this. Okay, so this is where we're at. Like I said, I got the pitch stop mount done. Got all the bell housing bolts down all the way around. You can see one right there. This is the other long one right here, right there. There's another short one about somewhere. Maybe the camera can catch it. Right there. It looked like somebody had already messed with this before, because this one wouldn't thread all the way through, so I'm just gonna leave it there. It threaded some, but not a lot. What else? I think that's about it. I'm gonna set up the camera. Sorry about all the yums, I'm trying to catch my breath. I'm gonna set up the camera. I'm just gonna let it roll with just me putting on the power steering on, the AC back on, and maybe the alternator back on, just so I can at least close the hood. And then after that, we're pretty close. We're pretty close. So let me set that camera up and see you in a bit. Hot, tired, sweaty. I've gotten the power steering pump on, including that one ridiculous bolt, the one that's at a really weird angle. I had special assistance today, luckily. That was the same special assistance I got to get the engine in yesterday as well. Got the AC on. I plugged everything back up. I put the overflow coolant reservoir thing back on. I already put the hoses, coolant to and from back on. I started reattaching the hoses for the air oil separator. I put the starter back on. I put all the bell housing bolts on. Yeah, this is gonna be the first time that I'm gonna be able to close the hood in over 11 months, because I think it's coming up on a 1 year mark. So I'm gonna close the hood, and that'll be it for today's video. The next video, maybe, no, I'm not gonna say it. Just stay tuned. Let's see this thing close. Ready? Nothing on the way, nothing on the way, no bolts. Wow, look at all this dust. That's it.
Do it like a blow it off.
Let me say, ready?
Wow.
Wasn't that bad. Well, now the hood is closed for the first time in 11 months.
Wow.
You want to see this thing running? Stay tuned. See you next time.